Like me, you just mad cause I tell her how it is and you tell her how it might be.
Tight, brass knuckles and flashlights, the 2 seats.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, happy to be here with my partners, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Atlanta, where we'll see the Hawks going up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver.
Welcome, everyone, to this. We're toward the end of the year now. Some clear playoff teams need to choose between playing injured starters, maybe earning a higher seed, or Brent, more importantly, perhaps resting up and being truly healthy for the playoffs. Which is more important? That's a tough one.
I think you have to really start to look at the team, Kevin, in the construct of veteran players versus young players. What kind of experience collectively have they had in the postseason? At some point, if you have a veteran team, the health of your team is most important. You always have faith that whatever you do on a nightly basis as a veteran team, that your game will travel. So I think teams lean on the side of health this time of year.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Kevin Love. Ricky Rubio is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Hayward. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. On the clock, here's Beal. Kept alive by Atlanta. Mejri, the pass to Walker. Outside for Beal. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Vucevic with it. He's against Mejri. Shoots a fader. Collins grabs the miss. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Jackson kicks to Walker. Mejri, it's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Vucevic. Hayward against Jackson. Hayward goes in, and it's blocked. Here's Vucevic.
Yeah, they're a little bit cold here. 0 for 4 to get this one going.
Outside Jackson. He feeds it to Walker. Takes the three. And that's collected by Love. Nuggets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Trying to get back on track. And Vucevic with the layup.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do. And the Hawks, in the last couple seasons, with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
And Walker kicks to Jackson. Top of the key jumper, no good.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, it came up short.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Hayward, the game now all-time. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
And it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks have taken the first steps to building towards the future.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. And he sinks the second. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And Rubio kicks to Vucevic. Hayward dishes to Rubio. Back to Hayward. Vucevic a screen on Jackson. Here's Hayward. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Now, here's Rubio. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Shoots the three. No good on the shot. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Hawks lead by 4. 2K. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a foot.
She definitely put the ball in my hand. She's the one who.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
And if you're rotating like that, it's got to be a great line of communication between all 5 guys. You see that reflected on the scores, all that trust showing up with the lead.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Vucevic is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Hayward. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2 spot. There's the pick. Here's Vucevic. Shoots over Mejri. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Brent, you were known for your leaping ability. You won a dunk contest. We all remember it very vividly. During the pre-draft process, did they measure your max vertical?
They did, Kevin. At the Chicago pre-draft camp, you run through a series of tests there. Your conditioning, how your CO2 gets kicked out. They put this mask on you and check your stamina. There's a bunch of doctors in there poking and prodding. I won't go into detail about that.
Thank you.
But they did measure the max vertical during that Chicago pre-draft, and it was about 39-inch vertical leap, so not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Now Love. Bradley Beal missing from long range. Walker with it. He's got 5. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Collins kicks to Beal. The kick out to Walker. Back to Mejri. Outside Beal. Connects from 3-point range.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
The Hawks leading by 5. And Walker kicks to Mejri. They set the pick. Jackson passes to Mejri. Beal with a screen on Vucevic. Here's Jackson. And no good that time. Hayward with some nice D. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And Jackson gets it to go.
I tell you what, Jackson is a lot stronger than you realize until you see him up close. Also great at just staying in control and finishing those tough shots.
Now here's Love. Over Collins. Vucevic dishes to Rubio. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see which teams have been the NBA's best in the rebounding department. Number 5, the Hawks.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And Love gets it to go.
Love is awesome at reading the defense. When they're not up on him, he's going to let it rip.
50 seconds left in the first half. Walker against Rubio. Walker's shot is off.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Shoot from the right block. Great D that time from Beal. The Hawks leading by 4. And Almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Shot's good by Walker.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
And here's Rubio. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. That's a pick by Love. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Vucevic. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain, a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. Looking at the Hawks. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, they've been playing with...
That's it for halftime.
Welcome back, folks. Always so much activity going on here in the bustling metropolis of Atlanta, Georgia. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Knicks in New York.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Yeah, sometimes when you're pushing the action, you can see some great teamwork, and then all of a sudden the individuals on your team can take over. All of that here tonight.
Bradley Beal is out there with Kemba Walker. Then it's Collins. Then there's Measure. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. The screen and finished off by Beal.
And that's such solid fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up a dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
We all know it takes stars to win championships, Brent, but it also takes a lot of support. In your opinion, who are some of the NBA's better role players? Guys that don't have to be on the marquee, can be on the side, but still are contributors.
A couple guys come to mind, Kevin, and I'm thinking about last year, the way that Eric Gordon took the role of coming off the bench for the Houston Rockets and had a tremendous season for them. Kind of a selfless act for a guy who had started most of his career and was injury plagued. That opportunity, and maybe that selfishness had some karma behind it, and he had a great season. Another guy I would say is Cameron Payne, and a guy that just has a great energy and a great spirit, looking for his opportunity, always excited to get to the game. But those are the kind of guys you need. Energy, excited to be there, and every night are going to give it to you. And I'll throw Patty Mills in the mix as well. Those kind of guys with unbridled spirit, great role players to have.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collins kicks to Jackson. Beal, that's for 2. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Nuggets trail by 7. Rubio outside. Love right side. Brown. Outside, Walker. Walker missing again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And the shot goes down. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Here's Beal. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Beal's got 7.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Hayward passes to Vucevic. Love with the screen on Jackson. Hayward goes in right through the D for the layup. He's got 6.
That's an encouraging sign from Kevin Love, willing to give up his body, something he does on a nightly basis.
And Walker kicks to Collins. They set the screen. Jackson up top. Pass to Measure. The Hawks working the ball around. Off the screen. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Rubio dishes to Love. From 12 feet out. And it falls over the rim and in. Now just a 3-point Atlanta lead.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
And Beal kicks to Walker. Jackson in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And the Hawks lead by 6.
And Jackson is solid working off the screens. A smart player who knows what spot on the floor to move to.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And we'll be back with you shortly. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone.
Stop and run. Stop.
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Atlanta leading by 6. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Hayward. Vucevic is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2. From the stripe, Beal's shot is good. Beal's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Atlanta.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Here's Love. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Kevin Love getting a little clever out there. Fantastic to get the D to bite on that pump fake.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw.
Coach Budenholzer comes from a basketball family. His father coached for over 20 years. It feels like he was just born into it. Definitely what many would consider a coaching lifer.
And Walker kicks to Beal. They set the pick. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Yeah, the first half was really tough, but he's really rounded a corner here and been fantastic shooting the ball here in the second half.
And Mike Budenholzer, winning Coach of the Year in the league in 2015, leading the Hawks to 60 wins.
Well, that was the most wins in franchise history and an amazing collective effort from the Atlanta Hawks that year. No doubt a high water mark that he's hoping to surpass in the next couple of seasons and become elite in the Eastern Conference.
Love the pass to Rubio. Kick by Vucevic. And Rubio kicks to Hayward. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 4 assists now tonight.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Outside Jackson. Here's the screen. Jumper off the screen. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Vucevic, a screen on Walker. Pick by Vucevic. A shot by Hayward. Wide open. They get it back. It's good. And the Hawks lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Vucevic.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Beal. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
It's as if these guys are out here just playing pickup basketball. No deterrent from the defense.
Neither side right now seems interested in getting stops consistently. These coaches have to be pulling their hair out.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Might want to stop shooting from out there right now because it's just not working. He needs to look to get his teammates involved at this point in the game.
The Hawks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's Walker. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And the Hawks lead by 3. And that bucket ignites the crowd.
And the emotions of these fans right now boiling over after that shot.
That's a pick by Love for three. Hayward buries it. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
No, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Love against Collins. Inside, Walker. It falls!
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Denver calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, and looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout, and even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Thanks, David. 4 on the clock. A 15-footer. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 2. 8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Hayward dishes to Love. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Kevin Love is clutch, and boy, did the team need that.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
And really just a great rhythm at the line, whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 1. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Walker. A 3 off the inbound. Misses the tray. And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3-ball.
Atlanta calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need a miracle, guys. They don't have enough time for the catch and shoot 3, so the only hope is for an alley-oop and an and-one to finish out.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our